And we're underway at Rosemont. 18,000 fans, and as you can see in the background, most of them wearing orange for Illinois.
Arizona starts out in a zone. The same defense that they played the majority of the game against Oklahoma State.
Bruce Weber mentioned that as he talked with Armin Katayan. They'd like to get him out of that zone with three-point shooting. The first try is not there. Channing Frye, the leading rebounder for the Wildcats, one-hands the board. Inside to Radenovich. The big men play an inside game, but it's last touched by Channing Frye out of bounds to Illinois.
And in transition, Luther Head picked up Hassan Adams. Head, the best defender in my judgment for Illinois. But Deron Williams on that first possession was guarding Salim Stoudamire.
Luther Head playing with a hamstring injury. We'll see what percent of his capability he'll bring to this game.
This Arizona team very athletic, and they are also long, so they can bother shots in this defense.
Head, Deron Williams, and now Deron from three. Brown, their top three-point producer, hits on his first attempt. Stoudamire, what happened there? May have been touched by Illinois, saved by Augustine. Arizona late getting down court, but Radenovich able to clear the miss by Powell.
Looked like it slipped out of the hands of Stoudamire on the pass, and Channing Frye should have chased that ball down. He was letting it go out of bounds, and it almost resulted in an Illini too.
Radenovich inside to Shakur, knocked away by Augustine. Underrated defensively, Augustine, but that's one of the strengths of this Illinois team and why they're 35-1. They play both ends so tenaciously. Head throws this one away, and it's Stoudamire looking for his first shot attempt. There it is for three. Rebound Brown.
And Augustine, you would think he would guard Frye, but Bruce Weber has put Powell on Frye.
Roger Powell moves outside. Doesn't shoot often from out there, but he is accurate. 6-0 Illini. Inside and a whistle. It's going to be a charge against Arizona. They came to roar. The fans of the Illini. This university with its great basketball heritage never has won a national title. They've been to the Final Four 4 different times. The last was in 1989. 16-long season to go, and with the frustrations of some disappointing football years, these Illini fans want a title. Stoudamire to Radenovich, and the first point for Arizona on the board. It took 2.5 minutes.
Well, Arizona going back to man-to-man on that possession. Chris Rogers with the steal.
Brown, lightning quick. 5 points for Brown off the top of the game.
And you have to get back in transition, Dick, and that's really a key to this game. Whichever team is able to get back in transition and take away those advantage break situations is going to win this game.
Salim Stoudamire takes it inside, draws the foul from Brown. Here's Stoudamire, chance to study his free throw technique. He is one of the best in the country, 90.8% this year. 130 tries he's missed, only 12 times.
And asking him what he thinks about when he takes a free throw, he says, I don't think about anything. It's one of the few times I get to shoot without being guarded.
Oh, and he even gets the shooter's roll. That seemed off mark. Says, why shouldn't I make him? No one's guarding me. Big Ten, mighty proud. 3 of the final 8 from the Big Ten Conference. That a bitter looking shot from Stoudamire. 8-4 Illinois.
Again, Arizona sticking with the man-to-man that was successful getting the steal on the last possession.
Brown, another 3. Ingram there for the long rebound. Was it deflected by Rogers? Yes, it was.
Rogers, a terrific defender. This Arizona team, very athletic, but they also have very good size. And Rogers, one of those that has size and strength and the ability to get down and guard a smaller man with his speed.
This is Rogers on Brown. He's built like Deron Williams of Illinois is Rogers. Here's Deron Williams, a playmaking guard and one of the best in the country. Good ball movement. Brown for 3. And Channing Frye clears for Arizona. Here come the Cats.
Rogers with the ability to run the point. That frees up Stoudamire to run off screens. Here comes the double on the pass instead of the catch.
Hassan Adams had a big game in beating Oklahoma State by 1. Rogers takes it inside. Radenovich denied, but a foul on Ingram. Fans didn't like it, nor did Bruce Weber.
Not sure he should like it. A terrific drive and nice pass, but Radenovich opens up instead of saying square. And Luther Head being guarded right here, grabbed from behind by Stoudamire, going around the screen, but Arizona able to switch screens and stay with them. Sometimes when they get out ahead of you, you grab that jersey. If it's not seen, you can get away with it.
Radenovich, 20-year-old sophomore from Belgrade. That's 5 unanswered points now for Arizona.
Radenovich has had a very nice tournament. He's able to hit open shots, and he keeps that ball alive. When you help off of him, he can make you pay by knocking down mid-range jumpers.
8-6, the Illini lead. Ingram from outside. Rogers, no, it's Adams, Hassan Adams at 6'4", their second leading wide.
The rebounder, and does he have some moves? Hassan Adams ties it up at 8 with his first bucket.
What a shot fake to Radenovich. Got the defense to bite, and he lays it in. Nobody picked him up in transition, and that's what we've been talking about, that transition defense, and you can see the speed of Hassan Adams.
Stolen by Radenovich. Here's Adams. Back to Radenovich, and the kick, and a new 35 for Arizona.
Dick Enberg, Jay Billis, Ahmed Katayan at the Rosemont Arena on the court. Ray Meyer, the Hall of Famer, great coach of DePaul. This is the DePaul Demons home court.
Inside is Adams. Oh, he worked his speed and his clever moves in midair, and he's suddenly wide open.
Well, he got a nice screen from Radenovich inside, and Adams was the man that inbounded the ball, and he is so sneaky and able to get open when he does. His athleticism carries him to the basket. What an athlete.
Arizona enjoying its first lead of the game.
And there's Adams with a steal. Brown to beat.
He pulls it up.
Long pass, and what a catch by Stoudamire, like an outfielder against the wall. Radenovich from 12. Boy, quite a run by Arizona.
Well, those are the shots that Radenovich has been hitting all tournament long. He's shooting 67% in the NCAA tournament. Went 5 of 5 the other day against Oklahoma State.
Powell not there. Frye is. A 12-2 run for the Cats.
How about the height that Hassan Adams gets on those rebounds? Another step on the ladder.
Radenovich from 18. This is everything. Frye trying to save, but cannot.
The ball as it bounced hit the baseline. Lute Olson, age 70, coached at Iowa, took the Hawkeyes to the Final Four in 1980. Trying to get his Wildcats back to the championship round after winning 8 years ago. There's that Mike Bibby team.
This Arizona team so athletic on the defensive end. They are solid defensively at the guard spot.
Luther Head can't hit the three. Augustine gives the Illini another chance. Head will try it and hit. Luther Head, the leading scorer for the Illini on the year. That's his 101st three-point shot made.
Boy, and how about the pass by Deron Williams after the offensive board? It didn't look like much, but that is a point guard that knows how to play.
Deron Williams' defense really shackling Stoudamire.
Channing Frye can't hit the bank.
And good work by Radenovich to slap that ball off the leg of Augustine, out of bounds to Arizona.
One of the few times in the entire tournament that the Illini have trailed in a game.
They've only trailed for a couple minutes in this entire tournament.
Out of 120 minutes of play, less than 2 minutes.
Frye has his first basket.
And when he gets the ball inside, he is so skilled, able to score quickly and recognize when he's getting doubled and pass out of it.
Luther Head wanted it, and that's why down the bottom of the well, tied at 14.
Well, you have really got to get back and find people in transition. They take advantage of you when you don't.
Radenovic a long two. And finally, Rich McBride comes up with a loose ball for Illinois. McBride just in. Good three-point shooter, although he's been cold of late. Jack McBride hasn't scored in the last 5 games. Here he is. Deron Williams pops. And can Radenovic save? No. Out of bounds, Illinois.
Channing Frye getting the ball down low, looking to see where the double team is coming from, and then turns away from it with that soft touch. And Luther Head on the catch and shoot sets his feet as well as anyone in the country.
D. Brown back in. A big hand for Luther Head, playing on that injured hamstring. He's shown he can find the range. 6 points on a pair of threes for Head.
Arizona going zone out of the out of bounds underneath.
The Illini team passes so well. McBride has it rim out. Augustine took it down to the court. It was slapped away, and Brown quick enough to get in. Recover for the Illini. McBride again. Second time the charm. And the Illini three-pointers have them back in the lead.
And 2 of those threes, Dick, have come off offensive rebounds, and they've been long rebounds. Arizona has to do a better job of getting to those long rebounds.
Jawan McClellan in for the first time, the freshman from Houston. And the foul will be on Deron Williams.
Now they're doing the second weekend. If they can win this game, they go to St. Louis for a 4-team tournament, the Final Four.
Radenovic 3 for 3 from the line. He's averaging 8.5 points a game. From a family of economists. Father in the import-export business in Serbia, Montenegro.
You know, Dick, that 4-team tournament concept, something that Dean Smith came up with years ago. And you tell your team, the other side of that bracket, the other 32 teams, who cares what goes on there? Only one team's coming out of there. You concentrate on your own road. I thought that was a very intelligent move from a coaching standpoint by Bruce Weber.
Augustine takes it inside. And then back out to Brown.
Likes to slip that ball screen. You have to be very aware, especially on the weak side of Augustine.
Down to 7 on the shot clock. Inside, and a block by Frye. And they're calling it a tie-up. And the arrow points to Arizona. And that big guy Frye, 6'11" senior from Phoenix, he had 79 blocks on the season. And in 2 years, 142. He's a presence when you get down low.
Well, he is so long and so athletic, but he's also very smart. He waits until the offensive player leaves his feet. Then he goes for that shot block, averaging almost 3 blocks per game in the NCAA tournament.
Shakur back in. Rogers out.
Here's where Adams has an advantage on Head. He's bigger and he's played the post.
Shakur drills the 3, and Arizona back on top. 19-17, his first points.
And Shakur had been struggling from the field, but he can make open shots. Not a great shooter, though.
Ingram short, 8-footer, not quite long enough. Radenovic clearing. Shakur to Adams. Nice pass. Oh, and it's off the fingertips of Frye, out of bounds. It's Deron Williams who hits the 2, a long 2, and it's tied at 19.
What a nice pass by Jack Ingram. Got it into the middle, collapsed the defense, and found the open Deron Williams.
Clock ticks down. We're at the midpoint of the first 20-minute period here in Rosemont, Illinois, and Channing Frye shows you he can face up and hit that 15-footer.
Ingram, not used to having big guys shoot the ball that quickly off a catch-and-shoot situation, but Frye, a terrific shooter, a very skilled big man.
Luther Head inside and almost intercepted. It's D. Brown from 3. And Illinois forges back in front using the three-point shot.
Well, they say live by it, die by it, but it's been living and living right.
And a foul will be called against Illinois. Augustine's first.
Deron off the relocation pass. Shakur trying to get out there and put some pressure on it, but Deron's such a quick trigger, and you can see Ingram a little bit reluctant to go any further out, but he's going to have to go out there because Frye can knock that shot down all night long. He's shooting over 70% in the NCAA tournament.
McClellan slipping, and has Head slapping away. Steal by Head. Quickly to Brown.
Again, the ball movement, so many touches, and then Brown can't hit the long jumper. Hassan Adams the other way for Arizona.
They've got to give it to the big guy.
Ingram hawking Frye in the post, and Frye gets the lob pass and scores. Hey, you should be coaching. That was exactly the play.
Well, he did such a good job of working Ingram, had Ingram on his hip. You've got to give it to him. He'll score every time or get fouled.
Speaking of Ingram, he answers at the other end. Senior from San Antonio. They trade leads here at the 8.5-minute mark of the opening half. Listen to this Illini crowd. Both teams, great shooting. Adams can't hit. Batted forward by Head. Nothing wrong with his hamstring there, but tiptoeing along the sidelines, he hit the line out of bounds to Arizona.
Channing Frye in the post and doing a nice job, Arizona is, of moving the ball around in order to find the angle from which to feed him. I thought he should have gotten the ball from the right wing, but when you get into that high-low situation, Illinois has got to put better pressure on the passer. Hassan Adams able to look in there much too easily.
Lute Olson uses more of his bench. 6'10" sophomore, number 54, Kirk Walters, makes his first appearance. Jawan McClellan, the freshman, still out there. Stoudamire yet to hit a field goal. He takes the 30 and misses that one. Brown the other way, leading by one.
Pass the foul. What a bounce pass by D. Brown, setting up the Reverend Roger Powell Jr. Oh boy, Brown threw a cross-body block into Radenovich, but got a piece of the ball. They called it a tie-up. That's the aggressive defense Bruce Weber loves.
Salim Stoudamire is the best three-point shooter in the nation, 51%.
Well, Deron Williams has happened to him. Deron Williams has not let Salim Stoudamire breathe. He's using his strength and his smarts to keep Stoudamire from getting the ball, and when he does get it, he's got a hand up. But this is exactly what Bruce Weber wanted. Getting some, oh, what a play!
Deron Williams moves inside for the lob.
What a great call out of the timeout. The pass, the back screen, and Deron Williams showing the athleticism, very underrated as an athlete.
There's Stoudamire going under the basket. Deron Williams tagging him all the way.
Radenovich inside. No foul. Radenovich gets the ball back and scores. He's leading Arizona with 10 points.
Illinois' ability to hit three-point shots.
The time constraints. We now move ahead in the action.
Down by 5, the Illini with the ball. They trailed more in this game, the entire tournament total. Winningest team in Big Ten history, 35. Michigan State with 33 6 years ago.
Head hits it just outside the arc, and it's 49-47. 10 points for him. Playing on a sore hamstring, but playing his usual ferocious game at both ends.
Boy, is he smart using screens. Just rub Hassan Adams off that baseline screen. Very intelligent offensively.
Hassan Adams double teamed and nearly had the steal. Frye from the side. Deron Williams heads the other end. Illinois looking for the tie or lead on this possession. Into Augustine. He ties it up.
How about that quick move by James Augustine? And Arizona's got to be stronger with the ball. Those traps are bothering the Wildcats.
First points for Augustine. There's Deron Williams hawking Stoudamire. The pass to Frye, and he scores.
Well, he is so quick from the catch to the release. Wouldn't allow the defense the time to catch up.
Frye with 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Lute Olson feeling he never has received the national notoriety he deserves. Augustine blocked by Frye, but a foul was called. It'll be his first.
Augustine on the offensive end with the post and the quick jump hook. He is left-handed, turning over that right shoulder, and then off the curl, Shakur finding Channing Frye, and Frye with the terrific catch and the quick finish, not allowing that defense to catch up. But Dick, this Illinois team, after James Augustine set that screen, he immediately looks for his offense, and this team's smart enough to look for the screener, not just the guy coming off the screen. That makes them that much harder to guard.
Augustine misses the first. He was the MVP of the Big Ten tournament, had 3 tremendous games, averaged a double-double, and that's been true here in all the tournament games, the NCAA. So 6 games in the postseason for this man Augustine, and double-double in each. Dad, Jerry, is Uncle Jerry Augustine, left-handed pitcher with the Milwaukee Brewers, now the head coach at University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee baseball team. And there's Dean Brown harassing Arizona on the inbounds pass. Arizona with a 1-point lead, 12:40 left.
Arizona's shooting over 50% from the field, but they've got to be stronger with that ball. They're turning it over too much.
Deron Williams away from the ball, hand-checking Stoudamire. He has his 3rd foul.
You see, he is a husky guard at 6'3" and about 215. Was a wrestler before his high school days, and that certainly has translated to great balance and strength.
He's had Salim Stoudamire in a headlock from the opening tap.
Stoudamire can't hit the runner, and forced a little offline. Each possession so precious, even though there's 12 minutes plus remaining. Ingram's missed shot rebounded by Warren Carter, and again a second chance for the Illini.
And another 35 seconds of defense for Arizona.
Ingram, good move. And finally it's Radenovich who takes down the rebound. He's been tough on the boards.
Nice pass.
Oh, Stoudamire saw Frye. Channing Frye running the floor at 6'11", and Stoudamire alertly caught it.
You know, what's amazing about Stoudamire, he looks at the basket every time he catches the ball. That makes him a threat, but he can see everything underneath the basket.
And a foul as Augustine goes up. Radenovich got a piece of him. His second. (53-51) Arizona.
Illinois continuing to put full court pressure on the ball. That makes Arizona start their offense further out on the floor. Stoudamire not catching it in a position where he can do anything with it.
Good passing, and Adams uses the left hand. The assist from Channing Frye. He's showing you the complete game, this senior 6'11" Channing Frye from Phoenix, Arizona.
Just a superior passer, and Hassan Adams able to knife to the basket so effectively. Good switches inside by Frye and Adams. Illinois got to look to slip some of these screens that are being switched automatically.
8 on the shot clock. Luther ahead against Stoudamire. Beat the buzzer, but doesn't get the shot to go down. And Stoudamire clears to Shakur.
Stoudamire's done a nice job of getting on the defensive glass, not leaking out early. A 2-man game.
Frye with a tough 7-footer from the baseline.
So skilled, and he got grabbed as that ball was coming in.
17 points to lead all scorers. Channing Frye of Arizona. Deflected by Hassan Adams out of bounds at the midpoint of this second 20-minute period. A 6-point lead for Arizona.
Channing Frye has the complete game. Catching, finding the open man. Hassan Adams knifing to the basket. And then the little 2-man game on the right side. Quickly getting that jump hook up and over the outstretched arms of James Augustine.
Chris Rogers in, giving Shakur a breather.
And Rogers a terrific defender. He is strong and athletic.
Powell up high off the glass and a foul.
Roger Powell Jr. What a nice kiss, used high on the glass.
Roger Powell, a terrific athlete, going up against some terrific shot blockers in Frye and Adams. And the Reverend bringing that down from the heavens.
Juwan McClellan, the freshman, picks up his first foul. Shakur rested very briefly back in. He gives Stoudamire a breather. 3-point play for Powell and 14 in the game for the senior. And Arizona's lead is carved to 3.
Little 2-2-1 three-quarter court pressure. Got to get it across just barely, and can't pick up your dribble right there.
Hassan Adams from the side hits the tray.
That's 4 out of his last 5 from 3 in the last 2 games. Only had 9 on the season coming into the game against Oklahoma State.
Deron Williams, his man fell down, and that left him with plenty of time to spot up. He has 7. Been a sensational game as these two outstanding teams fight for the right to play in the Final Four against Louisville.
Boy, this is like a heavyweight bout.
Adams with a pass to McClellan. Adams has done such a great job of weaving his way inside for layups. They were going to deny that, but left it open for his teammate, and a foul.
Go on Chris Rogers, and you can see the penetration breaks down the defense of Illinois, and Juwan McClellan doing a nice job of basket cutting from the corner. And D. Brown was not seeing man and ball, just looking at the ball, and got caught watching it.
Deron Williams, his toughest critic is his mother, Denise Smith, who played college basketball at West Liberty State. He used to scold him, there she is, when he would dribble between his legs, you know, French pastry. She wanted him to play the game straight up. He says, I have trouble praising her. Even when I have a good game, she's got something that I can improve upon.
Well, his mom raised a great point guard, because it's hard to argue that he's not been the best point guard in America this year with the way he's played and led.
Shakur slips but gets the pass to Rogers. Rogers inside.
He got fouled.
They're letting him go. Williams goes the other way. Arizona's lead is 4. Boy, Hassan Adams springs, comes out 3-on-1. He takes it in himself. And with his ability to leap and hang, he lets the defense go by.
Boy, the speed of Hassan Adams. We talked about it without the ball, but he showed it with it. Grabs the rebound, takes it himself. A one-man fast break.
Adams with 15 points on 7 for 8 shooting. Picking up for the lack of scoring from the top scorer, Salim Stoudamire. 10 on the shot clock. Williams. Ooh, almost threw it away. 3, 2, 1. Luther head. It'll count if it goes. Off the front of the rim. Shakur heads the other way for Arizona, leading by 6. Biggest deficit Illinois has faced the entire season, 36 games, is 9 points.
Well, they're facing a really good Arizona defense. A defense that has been underrated all season long.
Hassan Adams again, short on this one, but gets his own rebound, twisting inside. Frye is hammered, and the foul.
Getting mom in that kitchen saying, I'm going to take care of your son. You can be sure of that. There's a whistle away from the ball. In fact, this player said the worst they've ever heard him say in 4 years is baloney. When he's really upset, he throws a baloney out there.
Well, he's a gentleman's gentleman, and one of the better practice coaches you'll see. I get the chance to attend a fair amount of Arizona practices. He's one of the masters.
Shakur rattles in a 3, and that matches the biggest deficit staring at Illinois the entire season. 9-point lead for Arizona.
And Arizona shooting over 60% in the second half. Things opening up on the perimeter because they've been so resolute at getting the ball inside.
Deron can't hit the three, and the Illini desperately needed something good to happen on that exchange.
Too much reliance on the three by Illinois. 22 of their 48 shots in this ballgame have been threes.
Look at Augustine, a big man out on Hassan Adams at 6'4". Boy, they're skidding a lot at that end. Shakur can't, no, it's McClellan underneath, can't hit. There's an ice surface under the basketball surface, and especially at the end where Arizona's shooting, they're slipping. Head can't hit the three. Look at Stoudamire get up there, and he's fouled by Ingram. Second on Ingram.
Arizona in this second half, Dick, doing a much better job of limiting Illinois to one shot. And although Salim Stoudamire has not grabbed a ton of defensive rebounds, the one he's grabbed have been big ones.
Frye moving outside to shoot and hit a three. He has done it all. Channing Frye with 20, and the biggest lead of the game is now 70-58.
Boy, how about the passing of Stoudamire? 7 assists against Oklahoma State, 6 against Illinois.
Ingram fires from 17 and hits. 70-60, Arizona's lead. 5.5 minutes to go here in Rosemont, Illinois. The winner to meet Louisville in the Final Four.
The key for Arizona now being strong with the ball. Illinois is going to slap at it, try to steal it.
Hassan Adams with a drive, and he had Augustine on him, and with his speed, able to blow by him. Augustine had to foul. His fourth.
When Stoudamire puts it on the floor, Ingram had to come off of Frye in order to try to stop that drive. That left Frye wide open. And 20 points for Channing Frye. He has been magnificent in the NCAA tournament.
You know, every freshman class for Lute Olson at Arizona since 1990 has made it to the Final Four. This senior class of Stoudamire and Frye, they want to maintain that legacy. And this is their minute or their hour, 5:23 in minutes and seconds left. And Channing Frye, while Stoudamire has not had a big shooting game, Frye has showcased his enormous talent against Illinois tonight.
Well, he's really been the key, as has Hassan Adams. Those two have really made the difference in this ballgame.
One of the best free throw shooting teams in the nation, but only 1 out of 2 on that opportunity. Roger Powell will fire the three.
That's not a good shot.
Frye continues to add to his impressive statistics. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 4 block shots.
Roger Powell is not a three-point shooter. That was off of one pass. They didn't make Arizona guard. And now Arizona trying to spread it out a little bit. They're going to take time off the clock, too.
Stoudamire weaving inside. Oh, a terrible fall. And it'll go against whom?
Roger Powell.
He shows his quickness. Stoudamire saw the opening like a halfback knifing off tackle.
Roger Powell sliding underneath, and Roger Powell can hit threes, but that last shot that he took was way too early in that offensive sequence.
He's 2 for 2 tonight from the line. 7 points, 6 assists.
And this is where he buries you, Dick. Over 90% on the season. You get punished for fouling Salim Stoudamire.
He said that winning the game against Oklahoma State, that 15-footer, he said, hey, I watched Michael Jordan all my life. He wanted the ball at the end. He said, that was my biggest shot ever in my college career. And I thought about Jordan when I hit it.
And he turned down that ball screen because he knew he was going to be trapped by Oklahoma State. He wasn't giving up that shot no matter what.
Brown has it knocked away, and it's out of bounds off Brown himself as they skid it for it. And credit the defense of the freshman Juwan McClellan. And the Arizona Wildcats starting to feel it.
Boy, terrific job by Shakur to get a hand on that ball. And Arizona really outworking Illinois on the defensive end.
What shooting by Arizona here in this Chicago region. 66%, the season high in the Oklahoma State one. They're shooting 57% tonight.
2-2-1, three-quarter court pressure, trying to get traps. Not the place to pick it up. Got away with it.
McClellan. And it comes back out to Arizona. There was a fortunate exchange.
Boy, give credit to Frye for keeping that ball alive. Shot clock at 8.
Stoudamire looked up. He sees it. Working on Deron Williams. Goes inside with a right hand, but can't hit.
Boy, what a great job splitting that trap.
McClellan, and he battles with Roger Powell. And I believe they're going to call a foul on Powell. Yes, his third.
Arizona, very athletic, and right now they are quicker to the ball. They have been tougher coming down the stretch.
At the line, this young man from Houston, Milby High School, the state champions a year ago, 39-0, Jawan McClellan, averaged 5.5 points a game on the season, played more and more as the season developed. Lute Olson feels he's got a great future. 6 points tonight. Points in the paint, Arizona. That shock you?
It doesn't surprise me that Arizona would go inside. They go inside first and then to the perimeter, play a great inside-out game. And going inside to me is like a body blow in a prize fight. It's going to catch up with you sooner or later.
36-12, Arizona. Points in the paint. And now a tight game throughout. Arizona has exploded into a 15-point lead. Only 4 minutes to go.
Illinois cannot panic right now. And
Deron Williams gets 3 out of that 15-point lead.
right now it's got to be done defensively. Illinois needs stops. They cannot trade baskets.
11 points now for Deron Williams. Shakur, as they make the double team, they get it to Frye. Hassan Adams. Stoudamire. The pass to McClellan. And he goes down heavily. Now you've seen what a tremendous player he is tonight. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks. And this is the freshman McClellan at the line. Another free throw, and when you're one of the top 5 free throw shooting teams in the nation, that's where it pays off. Games like this, you know you're going to get fouled. They're 13 for 15 tonight, Arizona.
Well, they've attacked the basket, and they've attacked inside. That's why they've gotten fouled. And Illinois has relied way too much on the 3 in this game. Half of the Illini shots have been behind the arc. 26 of their 52 shots have been 3s. That is not a balanced offense.
Luther Head, another 3, and he hits this one. Head in the game. Sore hamstring and all with 13. Frye helping out on the pressure. And out of Hassan Adams. Luther Head on him. Batted away by Head. No, he said last touch by Adams. So Head's defense pays off for the turnover.
Adams just lost the handle. Give a lot of credit to Luther Head for putting great pressure on him and forcing that turnover.
Less than 3 minutes left. Desperation time for these Illinois fans who certainly are the partisan crowd here at Rosemont. Head can't hit that one. Brown in with the big guys, able to get the rebound and score. The only loss by Bruce Weber's team the entire year. 2:40 left. Ball, Arizona lead. Arizona by 9.
Illinois really pressing up on the Wildcats.
Williams on Stoudamire. Shakur and Brown. Knocked out of bounds by Deron.
Trapping that ball screen and the quick and active hands of Deron.
Defensive player of the year in the Big Ten. Led the team in steals. 2:20 left. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Stoudamire had trouble. Took his eyes off. Gets away from Williams, but Head picks him up. Stoudamire down the lane. Here comes Head on the fly. Stoudamire back.
Illinois has 2 minutes. They do not have to have a 3. But if it's there, you can pull the trigger.
Oh, they will, won't they? Deron Williams takes the short jumper. Not there, but Powell is. Oh, beautifully by the freshman McClellan. He's only 6'4", up tall to deny.
Well, he's 6'4", but he is athletic. That was a big-time block on what looked like a sure 2.
And what a time to deliver for the Wildcats. 1.5 minutes left. And they're going to chew up.
No, Hare's head. Another steal. Luther head. Hope still vibrates for these Illini fans.
And Arizona's got to be more aggressive on the offensive end. They're just trying to hang on. They've still got to look to be aggressive and exploit the overplay that Illinois is throwing on them.
Ooh, nearly a steal by Carter. And there's the foul. Double bonus in effect for Arizona. Favored Illinois. Losers have only won all year. Winningest team in Illini in Big Ten history. Down to the number 3 seeds, Arizona. And the miss by McClellan, who had made his first 4.
Smart foul by Illinois, even though McClellan shoots over 70% on the season and was 4 for 4. Putting a freshman on the line with this much pressure. Very intelligent.
He made 5 out of 6 on the evening. 10 points for McClellan. 78-70 the score. 1:11 to go. Williams takes it all the way for the easy 2.
Boy, what a smart play. He knew that Arizona didn't want to foul and got to the rim.
D. Brown called for the foul. No time wasted there. 63 seconds left.
Boy, this is the sign of a very smart player. He had Stoudamire backpedaling, dropped that left shoulder, and sent Stoudamire out of bounds.
And quickly back on defense, looking for a steal.
And they got the quick foul and fouled Mustafa Shakur, who is not a great shooter, but a good free throw shooter.
73% on the season. First free throw tonight. 11 points now in the game.
And this is where really good teams salt games away from the free throw line.
That free throw makes it a 3-possession game. And now an 8-point lead. Final minute. Luther Head.
He hits the 3. And what a game by Luther Head. There was some question how well he could play because of that hamstring injury. As he delivered.
Stoudamire trying to keep the ball because
Oh, they don't call the foul, and D. Brown gets 2. Oh, my. 45 seconds left. A 3-point game. What a comeback. Can they do it with time running out? There's Ingram to bat the ball away. Williams could tie it with a 3. He does! Tied at 80, 38 seconds to go. The final seconds to decide the team that advances to the Final Four. Illinois has made up 15 points in the last 4 minutes.
the key here, getting the ball inbounds.
Arizona's been very tough all year in close games, 8-1. Illinois hasn't had many close games. About a 2-second difference between the game and shot clock.
Looks like a little high screen.
Stoudamire with Deron Williams down to 10 on the shot clock. Stoudamire. McClellan, the freshman, way off the mark. Tried to throw the ball to Williams. Stoudamire, no foul. Adams counts if it goes. It's short. We go.
They need to get mentally straight in this game in order to win it.
In the last 4 minutes, Illinois outscoring Arizona 20-5. Dame Augustine, as you know, fouled out, so they don't have his services. Luther Head is still out there. Almost rattled in. And there's D. Brown, and then he has a pick by Shakur. Shakur tripped from behind, no whistle. They're playing rugby. Head. Ingram. Round to Williams for 3. He tied it. He gives Illinois the lead. $19 for Deron Williams. Mama's got to be happy tonight. Channing Frye scores.
You need a helmet and shoulder pads in the lane right now. That took great strength to get that up and in.
Channing Frye leading all scorers with 22.
Well, this Illinois team just refuses to lose. How impressive a comeback.
Williams again. Beautiful tip by Hassan Adams to get it over to his teammate.
He just keeps climbing that ladder and climbing that ladder.
Beautiful pass by Stoudamire, and Frye jams it down. Arizona back in front by 1. 3:20 to go, overtime. 24 points, 12 rebounds, Channing Frye.
These teams are making play after play.
Powell is free. Oh, it rattled around. That kissed every part of the rim. 16 fouls on Arizona. Illinois over 10, so the double bonus in effect for the Wildcats.
Deron Williams staying on Salim Stoudamire. You wonder how he's got the energy to knock down those threes with the job he's done defensively.
Stoudamire outside to Radenovich. 10 on the shot clock. Shakur. Stoudamire. Ingram. Stoudamire 2 for 12 shooting in the game.
Well, that was not a good shot. That was forced up.
Williams, he has gone for the three, and he hits again. 22 for Deron Williams. The Illini by 4. 2 minutes to go. Luther head. Oh, my. And finally at the other end, Hassan Adams was delivered inside the entire evening. Gets 2 plus 1.
Boy, the strength of Hassan Adams, but the toughness of Deron Williams knocking down this shot, and he has knocked down some big ones in this game. And the other guy that has been just a warrior, Luther Head, defensively with the steals, despite that injured hamstring, and Hassan Adams, speaking of warrior mentality on the other end, now the chance to cut it to a one-possession game.
Radenovich out and McClellan in for Arizona. The foul was on Ingram, his third. Adams at the line looking for his 19th point. That would equal his season high. He scored 19 against Oklahoma State as well.
How much more can these players give? They've left it all on the floor.
They'll use some clock with that 3-point lead. And here's the man that orchestrates this offense, Deron Williams, and he's taking the baton here late, going for the threes. And that one denied by Channing Frye. Disappointed in himself that he got such complete swatting of the ball that went out of bounds.
But Deron Williams putting such pressure on this Arizona defense, either pulling up for open threes after coming off a screen or breaking down the defense with his strong penetration, and I do mean strong.
8 on the shot clock. What a pass. Williams again for 3. Not this time. And Frye. No, it's McClellan with a rebound. Down by 3. Here comes Arizona. Stoudamire. Well off the mark, but Adams flies in and scores. It's a 1-point game. 51 seconds left.
Boy, Hassan Adams, what an offensive rebounder. And Salim Stoudamire looks exhausted.
Deron Williams does as well. Gasping air as they actually walk into position. About a 15-second differential. Shot clock, game clock. 15 on the shot clock. 1-point lead Arizona. Oh, almost turned over and Head saved the day again. Head, not there. Rebound Adams.
What a defensive play by Hassan Adams with Channing Frye right behind to bother that shot.
They're going to take time out, yes, with 11.8 seconds.
McClellan, the freshman, to throw in the ball. 10 seconds. Shakur, 8 seconds. Adams with 3. He's got to hurry. Finally forced to shoot, and the ball game is over.